What's up, Lead Gen Beasts? Matty Ice here from Leads for Locals. And in this video, I'm going to do a complete guide to SMS marketing inside of GoHighLevel. This was actually a request from a subscriber, which I really appreciate. If you guys want me to do certain videos, drop some comments down below. Happy to do that. And I made a video very similar to this for email marketing. I did that the other day. I'll leave that in the description if you want to check it out, but it was basically a complete guide to email marketing and all the steps you should take to make sure you're getting the best results, make sure you're protecting your account, etc. And I had a request to do this, thought it was a good idea. So I'm going to give you some really important steps to just kind of make sure you have checked off to get the best results with your SMS marketing, make sure you're not getting your accounts disabled and stuff like that. So make sure you stick to the end. Got some really good stuff in this video. As usual, my only ask, if you find the video helpful, please smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Check out all the links in the description. Always have good stuff for you guys there. And if you don't mind, if you want to support the channel and support this content, I do have an affiliate link for GoHighLevel that will be in the description as well. Really appreciate it, guys. All right, let's rock and roll. A few steps here. Number one, switch to LC phone. I can't recommend this enough. The switch is really easy to do. I'll show you how to do it in a second if you haven't already. And it's just so much easier than dealing with Twilio. Same thing like what I was talking about before, in the other video with email marketing. It's so much easier to use LC email than it is with Mailgun. So GoHighLevel has given us this ability to do these things internally now, where they're handling a lot of the process for us. We just have to switch over to those features. So LC phone, much easier to set up and manage than Twilio. It's very easy to switch to. It still allows for rebilling for SaaS agencies. I'll just give you a quick rundown of how this works. So if you have not made that switch and you're an agency owner, when you're on your agency dashboard, let's click on settings here. And we're going to go to phone system. And mine's already done, but so it's blurred out, but you'll see right here where it says switch all sub accounts to lead connector. You do that, and within 24 hours, all of your sub accounts are switched over. It's awesome. So really, really easy to do. And then from there, I'm going to open up. Actually, let me show you the rebilling in SaaS configurator here really quick. So make sure you have this. So if you scroll down, phone system, resell settings, you can adjust this right here. I don't recommend, like I charge a little bit more for rebilling, and it's only to cover processing fees. I'm not trying to make money on my clients' SMS and email sending. It's not part of my business model, but you can do whatever you want. And you can give them credits as well. It's up to you, but that's where you would set up the phone system and email resell settings as well. So let me take you into a sub account here, and we'll go through how to. It's pretty easy, like how to set up an LC phone number. So you're going to go to settings here in the sub account. And then it's basically the same process as when you were using Twilio, but it's, like if you're just getting started with GoHighLevel, you don't have to do the initial setup of Twilio, like connecting Twilio using, like getting all the authorization codes and stuff. It's just kind of a pain. So you just click add number, you do a search for the area code you want, you'll pay for the number and you're good to go. And then, obviously adjust the settings a little bit. When your phone number would show up right here and you click edit, you can paste or type in the number you want calls forwarded to. So if someone calls that LC phone number, if you want it forwarded over to your mobile number, you type in your mobile number, you can enable call recording, and let's see, you can do like timeout. I usually do the timeout inbound and outbound for like 30 seconds, but yeah, so pretty easy to set up LC phone. Highly recommend it. Going to save you a lot of time. And actually, I think it's a little bit cheaper than Twilio as well. I don't know exactly by how much. The last I heard, it was like 10%, like 5 to 10% cheaper. So saves you a little bit of money too. All right, step number 2, make sure you're verifying phone numbers as well. I talked about this with the email marketing part, where these companies, because GoHighLevel, when you switch over to LC phone, they are still using Twilio. And Twilio and Mailgun, companies like this, they're really cracking down on spam, guys. So we want to make sure that we're bringing in good data. And, the lists that you bring in, they're not going to be perfect, but run them through some kind of list verification or number verification, or at least be able to segment between mobile numbers and landlines. That's going to be really important. So make sure they're mobile if you're texting. Otherwise, make sure you segment them somehow. Create a column for, or maybe a separate list. Maybe you can separate them for mobile numbers. And then when you import that into GoHighLevel, put a tag and create a smart list for that list, so you know exactly who your mobile numbers are, and then create the same exact thing for landlines. That way, if you want to use a power dialer, if you want to make outbound calls, you know, to the landlines, and I mean to the mobile numbers too. But this way, when you do a text campaign, you're not accidentally sending to those landlines, because you're still paying for those and they're not going through. And it's like you get really bad error rates, and that's what disables your account. So it's not good. You want to make sure you're segmenting your mobile numbers and your landlines. I don't have a particular company that I recommend at this time. I'm sure if you go onto YouTube and look for reviews on the best phone number verification services, it'll pop up just like any email verification service. But just make sure you're doing something. And then what you can do too is you can actually use GoHighLevel's phone verification service. They actually have this. Let's see. I believe it's on the sub account level. Let me double check. Give me 1 second. Yep, here it is. So if we go to, we're still in settings in the sub account, and then you go to your business profile, scroll down just a little bit. You can actually turn this on right here. Validate phone numbers when first SMS is sent to a new contact. So get some more, and I'll reach out to support about this to confirm this. I imagine that this does cost something in order to do that. So if you're validating a lot of phone numbers, that might be a decent cost up front. So just be aware of that. Reach out to GoHighLevel support and see what that cost is going to be. But this could save you a lot of time and money in the long run. Protects your accounts. These three right here should be on by default. If not, make sure these are turned on so that you're staying compliant. This automatically puts this right here, reply stop to unsubscribe. It automatically puts that in your text messages, which is really good for compliance. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, also make sure you're sending in drip mode, guys. I have a lot of tutorials in GoHighLevel, database your activation and sending different types of, or creating different types of workflows and whatnot. So drip mode is a feature inside of GoHighLevel that lets you break up basically break up your list as far as when the text messages get sent. So if you have a list of 1,000, you probably at least don't recommend, and especially in the very beginning, I don't recommend sending out a text blast to 1,000 people all at once. That is not going to be good, and it's going to get your account disabled. I can almost guarantee you that. But GoHighLevel allows you to break that up and send 100 at a time. So maybe you send 100 per day, and now you have text messages that go out. If you have a 1,000-person list, that goes out over 10 days, right? So that can keep you pretty busy. It also protects your account. So make sure you are utilizing drip mode when you're doing these campaigns. All right, next, enable trusted calling. I actually made a separate video just on this feature because I think this is so important. Enable trusted calling. This is an awesome new feature inside of GoHighLevel. It eliminates scam likely when making calls, which is obviously going to contribute to a lot more people answering the phone. Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but whenever it says scam likely when I'm getting a call, I rarely answer it, right? And it actually allows you to customize that. So instead of scam likely, you can have your first name and your company name, or just your company name, or whatever it is that you want to do. You can actually customize it with this new feature. And you don't even have to use it for your LC phone number if you don't want to. Like if you're not making calls inside of GoHighLevel, you have a separate business number, you can actually use this feature for that number if you wanted to. So now let me take you in here. I'll show you how that works. So it is a little bit of a process. It takes a little while. So just be patient, but it is definitely worth it. Let me see where it's at. 1 second. Yes, I remember. So it's under phone numbers, and then up it was this notification that was blocking it. Right here where it says Trust Center. Okay, so we come over here, and you have to make sure your business profile is all the way completed. When you click Submit for a review, then it'll tell you if there's missing information. But make sure this right here, your business profile, everything is completed accurately, because I've actually had mine declined twice now. It's kind of annoying, and they don't really tell you what the issue is. But from what I've heard from support is that it's usually something in the business profile is just not matching up. So make sure the information in your business profile is accurate, and then you'll be able to do this right here. And this is the trusted calling service and feature that I'm talking about here. So this is really, it's a really good trust signal as well for things like Twilio. And but it also allows you to customize what what pops up on somebody's phone. So just be patient with it. You're going to click here and it'll prompt you to put in the phone number that you want to verify. It's going to call you. It's going to give you a code. You're going to type that code in. And I would actually do the business profile first, because this seems to process faster than the business profile. And I do believe you need to have your business profile verified first before you can do this. Like if you submit this for review, it'll allow you to go ahead and enable this feature too, but I would actually recommend waiting so that you can make sure that it doesn't get rejected. All right. And then from there, let me actually go into a test account with the phone number. I'll show you one other thing that you can do to actually pass that name. It's called a friendly name, how you can pass that on to the during your phone calls. 1 second. All right, here we go. So I'm in phone numbers. I just edited the phone number here. And then right here where there's a new part, a new feature which says pass verified number as a caller ID. That's what you want to do. Once you enable that feature and you give it that friendly name, whatever, then it'll show up right here, select it. And then this is what will show up when you make outbound calls from that particular number. All right. So really powerful feature. Highly recommend it. All right, moving along. Step number 4, SMS Error DND automation. This is the same exact thing I was talking about inside of the, or when I did the email marketing guide, where like, even if you're using a verification service, it's not always going to be perfect. You're going to get bounces and errors and stuff like that. The error rate that's what they call it with SMS. That's basically the same thing as the bounce rate, like a hard bounce rate with emails, right? And I might have this number off. At the end of the day, you want to keep it as low as possible. I'm pretty sure you need to keep it under a 3% error rate for SMS. So it's not you don't have a lot of wiggle room there, but that's because they want to make sure that you're actually sending to good phone numbers. You're not spamming. You're not buying some random list off of the internet that you haven't verified, etc. And people don't know who you are. So, but having some type of automation in place it's really going to help prevent. So it helps prevent the continued sending to those bad phone numbers. So if you do happen to get a couple of bad apples in that list and it has the hard bounce or the error, it doesn't send because it's not a valid number, or maybe it's a landline, then we don't want to have the system continue trying to send text messages to that person. So you want to have an automation in place to make sure that that doesn't happen, that DND automatically gets turned on for SMS and text messages. And so you're not continuing to send that out. Now, with emails, it's a little bit easier because there's an option. I talk about it in the email marketing guide. You can check that out down below. But there's a feature where you can actually turn it on inside of GoHighLevel, where if there is a hard bounce, it will automatically just not send messages to them anymore or emails. But with texting, at least I'm not aware of a feature that GoHighLevel has for that. So you actually do need to put an automation in place for this. So I will show you what that looks like. It's actually really easy. So it's a simple workflow trigger and then one action. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to go to automation here. Sorry about the lag, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's my internet here. I don't know. Or it could just be my head in the way. All right. So you would you create a brand new workflow, create it from scratch. All right. I'm just going to show you the one that I have set up already, if it would actually come up. All right, here we go. So the workflow trigger is going to be Twilio validation error, and it's going to be SMS incapable or not valid. Those are the two. So like the filter I use is error is. I think that's the only one anyways. But then I chose SMS incapable and not valid. So that is my workflow trigger. And then the action is going to be set DND contact. And I go ahead and do it for call and SMS. Again, this is why I recommend segmenting your landlines from your mobile numbers if you can. That way you can still make calls to your landlines. But in this particular case, like if you're not able to do that for whatever reason, or you just don't want to, then you can put call there. Not at the very minimum, you want to do SMS. But I just put call and SMS, save action, publish it, save, you're good to go. All right. So, if you do get some errors, at least you won't continue sending to those contacts because you're paying for that. Even though the text didn't go through, you're still paying for it. And it's really bad for the number's reputation. It's really bad for your account. It's just not good overall. So it's a very simple automation to put in place to kind of cover your bases. All right, to finish up, let's talk a little bit of strategy. All right, This is just what I do for my SMS marketing, for myself, for my clients. It works really well. Database reactivation is huge, guys. And so when I do database reactivation, I have tons of tutorials on that. Check out my channel. Just do a quick search for database reactivation if you want to learn how to do that. It is an awesome, awesome thing to do in your business, especially for new clients. If you have past lists and prospects that you haven't spoken to in a while, you haven't closed, maybe they haven't purchased from you in a little while, and you want to reactivate that list, try and get appointments booked, leads generated, sales made really quick. Database reactivation, phenomenal way to do it. And a lot of the responses that we get in that particular type of campaign is from texting. So that's a big part of my SMS marketing strategy, database reactivation. We're just offering some type of, maybe it's a free lead magnet, a free guide, free custom plan. It could be a discount code, a free trial, whatever it is that you want to give away that you think is going to resonate with your audience. It can work really well, guys. Very, very cost effective, because texting inside of GoHighLevel is not very expensive. All right, confirm. I also use SMS to confirm that prospects or like new leads, they have received the lead magnet, or just kind of confirming that they're going to receive it. Check your spam folder just in case. I find that that actually does make a difference. When you text people, so like when we offer a free guide of some kind and they opt in, so we always get name, email, and phone number, which I definitely recommend. We'll send the email, which delivers the lead magnet, but then I'll also send a text message saying, hey, thanks for requesting this free guide. It should be in your email by now. Check your spam folder just in case. I do the same thing with like confirming appointments. That's pretty basic. And then I also will sometimes ask a simple question to try and get some engagement, some back and forth going on. It's usually a simple yes or no question, or something really easy to answer. In some cases, some industries that I do this in, I'll ask them, hey, did you request this guide for yourself or a family member or a friend or something like that? And, is this something that you're looking at? Like, is there a particular type of insurance that you're looking to get information about? Whatever, right? Something really, really simple. And you'd be surprised at how many people will respond to that. Even like sometimes I'll ask like, hey, can you text me back just letting me know that you received the free guide? You could do something like that too. But getting that engagement is really, really powerful. And then I like to use if-else actions to send text periodically as well. So let me pull up an example workflow of that. I'll show you how that works. 1 second. All right, here's an example. So I have obviously a long-term follow-up email campaign, but what I decided to start doing is just periodically add these text messages. And what I do is I'll have GoHighLevel check to see if the prospect has taken the next step in the funnel, whether it's a purchase, appointment, they filled out a questionnaire, whatever, and I'll have the system check. And if not, well, in addition to the follow-up emails, we'll also send a text message. Now, I don't recommend doing this like, multiple times a week or anything, but maybe, once every couple of weeks as a long-term follow-up sequence, or at the very least, maybe just once a month. This can be really powerful. So I add so you click the plus sign, the condition right here, the action is going to be the if-else action. So we click the plus sign, scroll down, if-else, that's what this is right here. Okay, so let me get out of here. All right, so it's going to branch these two things off, and so basically the way that like the segment I use is I usually use tags. So I create tags for just about everything inside of the sales process for whatever industry I'm working in. So if I'll put here tag includes, and then I'll put the tag. All right, and then save action. And so basically what that means is that if they have that tag, they have the prospect or lead has taken the step that I want them to take. So I don't need to send them a text about taking that step. Hopefully that makes sense. So if they have that tag, it's just going to keep sending the long-term follow-up sequence just as a way of staying like a good brand's awareness, right? Just staying in front of people, right? But if they don't have that tag, which means they did not take the next step in the funnel, right? That's what this part is right here. We're going to send them a quick text message, just following up. Like, hey, did you get an opportunity to request whatever that next step is? All right, just get a chance to book your appointment, make that purchase, use the discount code, whatever it is. And then after that, I will use the go to action. So we click plus sign again, scroll down, go to. That's what this is. And then I'll just link it to the email, right? That way, it's kind of like a smart workflow, but it continues the long-term email sequence after that additional follow-up, right? So you don't have to create a bunch of different workflows, which is what I used to do. This to me is a lot more efficient, a lot easier to do. So we use the if-else condition to check. If they don't have it, I'll send the text follow-up, and then I'll put them right back into the long-term email sequence. And then you see here it's like about a week and a half goes by. I do it again. And then I let a few weeks go by, and then I do it again, right? So you can sprinkle these extra text messages within your long-term follow-up sequence in a smart way. So that way you're not texting people like asking them, hey, did you get a chance to do this, when they already did it? It's not professional. It's not a good use of your SMS credits, etc. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. Those are some of the most important things that I make sure are implemented when it comes to SMS marketing inside of GoHighLevel, as well as some basic strategy that I use that I've been using this kind of stuff for a long time. It works really well. Highly recommend it. So hope you guys are crushing it. Talk to you in the next one. Matty Ice is out.